5 most dirtiest countries in the world. Please watch to the end, last part will shock you. Here's a fact that will stop you in your tracks. Each year our planet is burdened with over 2 billion tons of waste. Yes, you heard it right, that's billion with a B. To give you a sense of scale, that's equivalent to the weight of the entire human population. We are, quite literally, drowning in our own rubbish. This waste isn't just unsightly, it's a ticking time bomb. It pollutes our air, contaminates our water, and threatens the very existence of our diverse wildlife. From the deepest ocean trenches to the highest mountain peaks, no corner of our world is spared from this onslaught. And it's not just an environmental issue, it's a matter of public health, economic stability, and social justice. It's a global crisis that affects every single one of us, no matter where we live, what we do, or who we are. Now let's dive deeper and see which countries are contributing the most to this global crisis. But wait, before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my crucial stuff. Comment, "I subscribe" below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. Let's get started. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we have the vast nation of Russia. Nestled in the northern part of Eurasia, Russia spans 11 time zones and a diverse range of environments and landscapes. Yet beneath the beauty of its vast forests and the majesty of its iconic cities lies a grim reality. Russia is one of the world's top polluters, with a substantial portion of its pollution coming from an over-reliance on coal and other dirty fuels. These fuels, when burned, emit harmful substances into the atmosphere, contributing to air pollution and climate change. Russia's energy sector, heavily reliant on these fuels, is the country's largest source of greenhouse gas emissions. Coal mining and burning have left an indelible mark on the Russian landscape. In regions like Siberia, rampant coal mining has led to soil degradation, water pollution, and air contamination. The burning of coal in industrial plants and residential heating systems also releases a significant amount of soot and ash into the air, leading to smoggy skies and poor air quality. This heavy pollution is not without consequences. Russia's unique wildlife, from its Siberian tigers to its Kamchatka brown bears, faces a serious threat due to habitat degradation. Similarly, the country's natural environment, with its vast forests and pristine lakes, is also under threat. Forest fires, caused in part by climate change, have become increasingly common, destroying large swaths of forest and releasing even more carbon into the atmosphere. The effect on human health is equally concerning. Air pollution in Russia is responsible for a high number of premature deaths each year. Despite this alarming reality, the country has been slow in transitioning to cleaner energy sources and implementing effective environmental policies. However, it's not all doom and gloom. In recent years, Russia has started to recognize the urgency of the situation, with a growing focus on renewable energy and efforts to reduce its carbon footprint. Yet, the road to recovery is long and fraught with challenges. While Russia's pollution levels are alarming, they are not the worst. Moving on to the 4th dirtiest country. From Russia, we travel to the bustling nation of India, our 4th dirtiest country. The land of spices and diverse cultures, India grapples with a significant pollution problem, as the rapid pace of industrialization and population growth exacerbate the issue. Air pollution in India is a stark reality. It's not uncommon to see a thick layer of smog blanketing its cities. The primary culprits are automotive emissions, industrial waste, and the burning of fossil fuels. The result is a toxic cocktail that hangs in the air, causing a myriad of health issues for the populace. Asthma, lung diseases, and other respiratory ailments are widespread, especially in urban areas. The World Health Organization estimates that nearly 2 million people in India die prematurely each year due to air pollution. Water pollution too presents a grim scenario. With over 1 billion people and rapid urbanization, managing waste effectively becomes a Herculean task. Industrial effluents, untreated sewage, and agricultural runoff flow directly into rivers and water bodies. This not only affects the quality of drinking water, but also impacts marine life and agriculture, disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The Ganges, India's most sacred river, is ironically also one of the most polluted rivers in the world. Despite numerous cleanup efforts, the river continues to be choked by pollutants, endangering both human and aquatic life. The rapid industrialization and population growth in India have undeniably contributed to the pollution predicament. the quest for development often overshadows the dire need for sustainable practices. However, it's important to note that India is making strides in tackling these issues. Solar power initiatives, waste management reforms, and stricter emission norms are being implemented, albeit slowly. India's pollution crisis is severe, but it's not the worst. Brace yourselves for the top three. Number 3 on our list takes us to the powerhouse of Asia, China. As a global economic titan, China's rapid industrial growth has come with a hefty environmental price tag. China's pollution crisis, particularly air pollution and industrial waste, is a stark reality that the country grapples with daily. To visualize the scale of the problem, imagine a country where the air in many of its cities is often thick with smog, where face masks are a common sight, and where the rivers run not with clear water but with the murky hues of industrial waste. Air pollution in China is a significant concern. In fact, it's not uncommon for the air quality index in some cities to exceed levels considered safe by the World Health Organization. This is largely due to the vast amounts of particulate matter spewed into the air by factories, power plants, and millions of vehicles. The effects are far-reaching, impacting not only the health of the population but also the country's economy and ecosystem. Industrial waste is another major issue. China generates a staggering amount of waste each year, much of which ends up in the country's rivers and landfills. These waste products often contain harmful substances that can contaminate water sources, harm wildlife, and even enter the food chain. Yet, in the face of this immense challenge, China has been making strides towards a cleaner future. The country is the world's leading investor in renewable energy, and it has implemented stringent policies to tackle pollution. From shutting down coal-fired power plants to launching a nationwide pollution alert system, China is making efforts to curb its environmental impact. However, despite these efforts, the battle against pollution is far from over. The country's vast size, coupled with its economic and population growth, makes the task of cleaning up a mammoth one. China's story is a stark reminder that economic progress should never come at the expense of the environment. China's struggle with pollution continues. Now on to the second dirtiest country on our planet. Before we continue, can I beg a little favor? If you're liking what you're hearing, show us some love by pressing that like button. And hey, if you want to be in the loop for our fantastic upcoming videos, make sure to press subscribe and ring that bell so you're always in the know. Oh, and one more thing. Drop a quick "I subscribe" down in the comments and I'll make sure to offer you a warm welcome to our amazing family. All right, enough of that. Let's keep the conversation flowing. Just missing the top spot at number 2, we have the United States. A land of opportunity, innovation, and unfortunately, significant pollution. The United States, despite its technological advancements, grapples with a serious pollution problem. When we talk about pollution in the United States, 2 key issues take center stage: carbon emissions and waste production. The country is the second largest emitter of carbon dioxide globally, with the majority of these emissions stemming from burning fossil fuels for electricity, heat, and transportation. But it's not just about the air. The United States also has a substantial waste problem. The consumer culture that thrives here contributes massively to the production of waste. From single-use plastics to electronic waste, the country generates over 250 million tons of trash each year. And let's not forget the industrial processes that contribute to pollution. Heavy industries, from manufacturing to oil refining, release harmful substances into the environment, impacting both the natural world and human health. What's more, the country's approach to waste management needs serious attention. Landfills are overflowing, and recycling rates are far from impressive. The result? A growing mountain of waste that poses a significant threat to the environment. The United States is a major contributor to global pollution, yet one country outdoes it. The title of the dirtiest country goes to... The dubious honor of being the dirtiest country goes to Bangladesh. Not a title to be proud of, yet it's the harsh reality for this South Asian nation. In Bangladesh, the issue of pollution is not just a matter of dirty streets and littered landscapes. It's a life-threatening menace, with both water and air pollution reaching alarming levels. Bangladesh is a country on the fast track of industrialization. This rapid growth, however, has come at a grave cost. Its rivers, the lifeblood of the nation, are choked with industrial waste, untreated sewage and plastic debris. The air quality, particularly in the capital city of Dhaka, frequently ranks among the worst in the world, with dust, vehicle emissions and industrial pollutants creating a toxic cocktail that hangs heavy in the atmosphere. But why has it reached such dire straits? The answer lies largely in the lack of proper waste management. The country generates around 22,000 tons of waste per day, but only half of that is collected and disposed of properly. The rest, it ends up in rivers, on streets, or burnt in open air, adding to the air pollution. It's a grim picture indeed, but it's not all doom and gloom. The country is making efforts to improve with initiatives for cleaner energy and stricter pollution control measures. As we wrap up our countdown, remember it's not just up to these countries to make a change. We all have a part to play in reducing global pollution.